Hey everyone, Presito here. So in today's video, as you can see by the image on the screen and probably the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about stamps and SRC20. And I'm sure most of you saw the insane BRC20 hype, and that could even be still very early. But supposedly SRC20 is even an upgrade to BRC20, and it has many features that BRC20 does not have. So this could even blow up bigger perhaps, and this is much earlier. I mean super early. You'll see later in the video how early you could be. So let's jump into what is SRC20 and stamps. So stamps is a new protocol that was created by Mike in Space on Twitter that allows for the direct storage of data including text and images in the blockchain using UTX-0. So it has been gaining popularity for about a month now, and that is stamps. SRC20 is even newer. So stamps ensure permanence as they are stored in blockchain outputs and they cannot be pruned. In the first month alone, over 18,000 stamps have been created on the Bitcoin blockchain, surpassing the growth of assets compared to ordinals during their launch period. So that can already tell you a lot about how it's picking up. So stamps utilize open source counterparty protocol, which was previously used for issuing NFTs by burning Bitcoin to acquire XCP tokens for smart contract execution. However, stamps eliminate the need to burn Bitcoin or use an altcoin. Instead, users pay for a Bitcoin transaction as usual, but add additional information using OP return for files under 80 bytes or fake multi-sig addresses for files over 80 bytes. And for larger files, the bare multi-sig option is used. So what's the difference between stamps and ordinals? So this is where it gets quite important, and I really want to emphasize. So Bitcoin stamps differ from ordinals and inscriptions in many different ways. While all three involve adding information to a transaction, they serve different purposes and have unique characteristics. Ordinals can be pruned, but stamps cannot. So stamps are more resource intensive than inscriptions. And additionally, stamps can be destroyed if the tied UTXO set is spent, and ordinals use Taproot for single signature transactions, while stamps utilize multi-sig with fake data, and inscriptions are cheaper due to the SegWit discount and compact transaction construction. So although there's a divide in the Bitcoin community, at the moment it's evident that ordinals may face significant obstacles if certain restrictions are enforced, and thankfully stamps and SRC20 tokens have emerged as viable alternatives, a big factor being that they cannot be pruned. So you can see here the founder himself wrote here that Bitcoin stamps actually protect inscriptions by being a real-world demonstration of storing data in a far more resilient manner that's far more difficult to censor. And if they censor inscriptions, users will just migrate over to stamps. Next up, you can see is comparison with BRC20 and SRC20. You can see BRC20 just looks like a line of code, and SRC20 looks pro. So that's really good. And next up, you can see a slide Bitcoin saying Bitcoin stamps and SRC20 that cannot be pruned. And you can see here in ordinals, they say here they have pruning already, and it's not an alternative to spam filtering. So that is really a big positive for stamps. So let's jump into what you need to do to get involved in this new hype. So the first thing you're going to want to do is set up a wallet, of course, obviously the most important step. In order to do that, I recommend Hero Wallet as a browser extension. You just go to wallet.hero.so, download, and you go to browser extension. This is the one I have. As you can see, here is the interface and how it looks. Send your Bitcoin here simply and done. Also, very important to note that stamps uses legacy, which starts with 1 or 3, or SegWit, which starts with BC1Q addresses. In this case, the address for stamps will be the same as your address for BTC deposit, and not to confuse this with ordinal. So you click on receive, it is not the ordinal one, it's Bitcoin, or you click here on Bitcoin stamp. Simple as that. I'll just copy this Bitcoin stamp address, which is the same as the Bitcoin address. Then next wallet you should use, in my opinion, is Free Wallet. So this one is actually a desktop app. It's not a browser extension. And this one you will need if you want to get into stamps specifically, and you want to sell them with a dispenser, which I'll go through later in the video. But for SRC20 specifically, if you only want to do that, then I believe that Hero Wallet will be enough, and you can just use that to go ahead with SRC20. So how do you get into SRC20? What can you buy? What can you sell? Can you even sell? So firstly, it is very new. You can see here the list of SRC20 tokens at the moment. There's only 55 tokens, and they are all in minting stage at the moment. So you can see Kevin, Stamp, Pepe, and so on. Kevin is the one that's been minted the most. 13% of all tokens have been minted. Almost 100 million out of 690 million. And I'll show you how you can actually mint this. So it's basically free mint. I mean, there's still transaction fees and that, but it is basically free minting. So you are buying these in the hopes that later, once they launch a marketplace, which the founder mentioned is in the works, then you'll be able to hopefully sell this for pro gains. Obviously, it's all very speculative, super risky, but it is very early. So it is something worth looking into. So here, I'm going to show you how you can mint this. So firstly, you need to have your Hero wallet installed. To set that up, it's the same as any wallet. So I'm sure I don't need to walk you through that. You need to head to stampchain.io/SRC20, where you can see the SRC20 minting utility. You click on mint. The ticker is simply Kevin, as it's written there. Kevin. The amount, you have to take the limit here, which on Kevin is 420,000. And then you have to enter your Bitcoin address, which you go to your Hero wallet, you click on receive, and you choose Bitcoin stamp, and you just paste it in there. You click on quote, wait for the quote to pop up, and you can see here, this is the quote, 0.008390 Bitcoin. Then you have to click on stamp, and it will build your transaction. And it says you have to send that Bitcoin to this address. So you simply copy the address it gives you, head to your Hero wallet, then you click on send Bitcoin, you paste the address that it tells you on stampchain.io, just double check that's all right, and choose the amount of Bitcoin. You need to make sure it's exactly what they tell you. So it's 0.008390. As you can see here, it sends 0.008390. Just double check that, make sure everything is correct, which as you can see here it is. Click continue. I will just choose high fee and confirm and send the transaction, and done. So now you have minted the SRC20 token Kevin for the limit of 42,000. Actually, I see I typed that in wrong. I know the limit is 420, but you know what I mean. Meant 420,000. So I'm just going to actually do that again because I want to mint this multiple times. So I'm just going to do the same thing over again. Actually, very important information. I spoke to the founder, asked him, can I just keep minting over and over? He said, yes, you can. Obviously, you don't have to go over the limit. Just stick to the limit, type 420,000, click quote. See, you can see I just did it for 42,000 by mistake, but now I want to do it again for 420,000. So I see the quote. I see it's actually the same price, so maybe I got a bit wrecked there, but whatever. So I'm going to do the same thing. Copy the address. As you can see, it is a different address. So here it says I must send 0.00, basically the same, to another address. So I'm going to choose Bitcoin again, send to this 23GN, and I have to send 0.008390 Bitcoin. So I'm going to click, just double check everything is correct, and 0.008390, perfect. Continue. I confirm and send transaction. See, that's why you want to double check everything, even the amount you put in, just in case you make a little mistake there like me. No big deal, but anyways, now I've minted more. Also, very important to note, since it is so new, it's supposed to show here under your collectibles, but you won't see it because it's just very newly integrated. And I confirmed this with the founder. I had a chat with him on Telegram, as you can see here, very nice guy. I asked him, I did 2 transactions to mint already, so now I've done 4 and I don't see anything, and I did this yesterday and I still don't have anything that I've received on the new collectible. He said Hero just added stamp support 2 days ago and they're still working on SRC20 support, so your SRC20 is safe, just not visible on Hero yet. Then I double checked with him that if the minting percentage progress on the site is correct, and he confirmed that should be, it's not them that actually run the site, but it should be correct. And that's very important, because just to double check that maybe it says 13 but it's actually 99 and you're sending money to mint it and you're not getting anything. So this is actually accurate. So that was some very important info from him. And I did ask him here if I can mint multiple times for 420,000 tokens, and he said yes, multiple times is fine until it gets minted out. So that's something to keep in mind. I will probably do a few more mints. I mean, it's supposedly free, but as you can see, it costs about $200 every time I do it. Hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. Obviously it's super early, anything can happen, but in my opinion it's worth trying out. Also, speaking to the founder, he did mention that there is no market actually to sell these SRC20s yet once you've minted it, since it's so new. All you can do is sell OTC, which of course can be quite difficult. But he did say there are people hopefully working on trustless marketplaces. So once that's implemented, then you'll be able to sell. But anyways, let's see if you want to look at stamps now. So stamps, NFTs, for example, you can see here, there's rarestamp.xyz. You can also get stamps on various websites where people launch stamps, or on exchange.io dispensers. So it works on the same technology. If you go on collections here on rarestamp.xyz, you can see the different stamps for sale. Let's say you want to get a stamp punk, for example. You check it out here. The ones with the lock are not for sale. The listed ones are the ones with the green circle. So we're going to scroll till we see one that is for sale. You can see the stamp is for sale. Obviously, there's some others with cheaper prices if that's something you want to get. Very important to check is you have to go to the dispenser, and the dispenser is on exchange.io. Here it will tell you if it is still available. It will be in green here and show the information. It tells you here give quantity 1, escrow quantity 1, and give remaining 1. Also watch out for common scams. What they will do is under give quantity it will say 0.1 and then you'll get wrecked. So make sure that is 1 escrow quantity. This means the guy has 1 for sale under give remaining, and this is the price, 0.07. All you need to do is send 0.07 Bitcoin to this address up here, and then you will get your stamp. This is where I use Free Wallet, since with Free Wallet you can also list them for sale. For example, there's a website here, Viva La Vandal, which has some cool, funny art. So I decided, okay, I'm going to buy one of these. And you simply go here, same as what I said before, you have to send this amount of Bitcoin to this address and you will receive it. And to show you an example of how it works, here you can see on my Free Wallet, I have my Bitcoin, I sent it to that address, and here I received the NFT, the stamp. So if you want to ask, how do I sell this? It's actually really easy with Free Wallet. It's all through Exchange and their dispenser. So on Exchange, you go to their homepage, you click on dispensers. Here you can see everything that is for sale, when it was listed and so on, the cost. So if you want to buy one of these, for example, you click on view, you're going to have to send Bitcoin to this address, same as before, and you will get it. So what if I want to list it? Like I was saying, simply go on to Free Wallet. You're going to have to go to address, you go change address, options, add new normal address. Then you copy this new normal address that it gives you. Then you right click on what you want to sell. In this case, for example, this burr. You create dispenser. So under the dispenser, you paste the wallet that you created. So token name that you'll leave as is. Escrow, you just put 1. Give amount 1. Available, obviously there's 1 available. And for the price, let's say I want to list it for 0.01 Bitcoin. Simply put it there. Fee, I'll leave it at high. And there we go, I'm done. So create a dispenser. And yes. So that is done. So how do you view your dispensers that you created then? Simply go to address, change address. Type in the address that you just created or search for it. Open it. And then you go on dispensers and you'll see it pop up here. Obviously I just created it, so it's going to confirm for a while on the network. But once it's created, you'll see it here. And then you can cancel it and get your assets back. Simple as that. So that wraps up my video on SRC20s and stamps, and hopefully this really helped you guys. Hopefully this will take off. I think it's some really cool technology with tons of potential. If it follows the course of BRC20, once there's marketplaces for SRC20 tokens, could really do pro. So definitely check it out. Follow my Telegram and Twitter, and to stay up to date, especially on my Telegram. I'm always chatting there. So it'll be good to have you guys in the Telegram group. Subscribe to the channel if you want. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.